Welcome back, everybody, to All Sports Uncut. My name is Adam.
And my name is Pip.
Welcome back to This Week in Sports,
where we cover all sports and nothing but the sports. So help the sports.
Sports?
Sports.
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 Sports. Sports. I think that was our best one yet.
I think so.
All right.
16.
Folks, people, welcome back. It was a great week. It was an exciting week.
Got a lot of
football,
news this week.
We got a lot of business. Pretend to look. I used two sides of the paper to write down the business we got to talk about today. So we're going to...
Real quick, though, before we do get started.
Real quick. Yes.
We didn't do it last week, so we got to do it this week. We do want to talk about the passing of game show legend Alex Trebek.
Yes.
So I would like to take a moment.
Bow your heads, moment of silence in honor of Mr. Trebek.
Okay.
Yes. That was a good moment of silence. Would have been better if we could have had the final Jeopardy song queued up there.
Right.
You know, we messed up, people. We messed up. We're sorry. But anyways, Alex Trebek,
We're going to miss him out.
You were the only man on this earth who could insult somebody and be so graceful at it at the same time for getting a question wrong because they didn't know what you were talking about. But anyways.
A great Canadian, too.
Yes. You and Sean Connery together once again.
Okay, so let's get into this.
Yes, quick shout out here to Mr. Dustin Johnson, who is the 2020 Masters champion at Augusta, finishing at a round of minus 20. By the way, second place was minus 15. Minus 15 is a fantastic 4-round score. Yeah. If you're hitting minus 15, you're normally feeling good, large, and in charge. You're winning. And he was just like, nah, I'm going to go out. I'm going to shoot minus 20. Which, by the way, normally this tournament takes place in about April time, but because of everything going on with the Cobra Kai, it got pushed back, and they actually had to run everyone in threesomes and do crazy early start time now because it gets dark at about
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock now. So congratulations, Dustin Johnson. That dude is the man. He is going to be tearing it up. Tiger Woods, he was doing strong until he got his 10 on a par 3 because he hit it in the lake 3 times.
Wait, he got a 10 on a par 3?
A 10 because he hit it into the lake 3 times.
Doing it big, Tiger.
Doing it big. So anyways, let's move on
to some hoops.
Here, actually, you know what? Let's get to hoops in a minute here because it's so much volume. We're just going to cut to the shorter stuff first. NHL has a targeted start time of January 1st. So hockey, the sticks, pucks will be back flying around, hopefully, to start off the new year with a bang. So that'll be fun to see because hoops is going to be starting December 22nd, and then a week later we will have NHL. We will have all of our
They'll be crashing the boards
back
just in time for New Year's.
Yes. And then really quick, some NFL news.
Real quick
because there's not a ton of news that's really worthy talking about.
Drew Brees does go out with some broken ribs and a collapsed lung.
I mean, he is in his 40s now. That is a big boy injury for a 40-year-old to get. I mean, shoot, even us, if we got that kind of injury, we would be out for a good while. But now, this brings to the question here. Okay, Jameis Winston was signed, but you also have Taysom Hill.
Who do you start?
Which route do you go with?
You should start Jameis Winston.
Start Jameis Winston?
I would start, if I am Sean Payne on the sidelines, I'm starting Jameis Winston.
You know what I would do? Here's what I would do. I would take this route. I would put both Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill back there at the same time.
So, okay.
I mean, think Taysom Hill is the Swiss Army knife of the NFL.
Correct.
The man can do everything. He can probably punt and kick, too, if you give it to him. And the times where he's gotten a throw, dude can throw.
Yeah, you can throw.
He can throw. He got accuracy, and he can wheel and deal. You put both of them back there, you don't know whose hands the ball is going to go into. Winston could get the ball, and you're automatically assuming pass. You can hand off Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill take it to the house. Taysom Hill can get you like, oh, he's going to do some tomfoolery run play. Psych! Throwing it deep because Jameis Winston has light speed out of nowhere that no one knew about. I'm just kidding about that part on Jameis Winston.
I would say he does not have light speed.
But, you know, it could be... Or they'll probably piddle-paddle both around. Sean Payton's a crazy man. We don't know what he's going to do. But that brings the question, which way is he going to go? Next, Nick Foles did go out of the game, in the Vikings game, with an injury. They were thinking it was pretty bad, but it turns out it's just a strain and a bruise on his hip. Not too terrible. Maybe just some ice, maybe some hot ice to double up the healing time there.
If you get that reference, put it in the comment.
Yes, put it in the comment if you get in the comment. But quit looking down so much. People are going to think we're unprepared for our show.
We are.
I know we're unprepared, but you have to try and look as prepared, being as unprepared as possible. That's why you have to learn how to look down with one eye and up at the other at the same time.
Got it.
Which, by the way, I noticed you're growing your beard back finally. Yeah, I just now noticed it after like an entire month. Yeah. So anyways.
It is No Shave November.
It is No Shave November. I still got to keep it a little clean for work here, but I'm trying to grow this out. It's coming there. It's getting girthy, So anyways, next, for this Monday night game of the week, which will be the Rams versus the Buccaneers, which we will get into a combo of that in a little bit here, will be the first ever all-black NFL officiating crew to run a game. So that is just a big note, especially with how everything's going with this year.
World right now.
In the world this year. That is a big note. That is a big thing. It's a pretty cool thing to see. So we're going to see that on Monday night. And the last one, this one hurts me near and dear to my heart. Mr. Andrew Whitworth, the world's oldest offensive lineman, is out on injured reserve 6 to 8 weeks with a grade 3 MCL and PCL tear. And a man that is that big and that old, that is a devastating injury. Movement will not be the same after that unless he gets some of that juice put into his knee. There's probably going to be
his last season.
And that's a big loss at left tackle. That's a veteran leader there of like 80 years experience in the NFL. And then also too, Tyler Rapp is put on the injured reserve also with a grade 2 MCL sprain.
That'd be for you, huh?
Kai Forbath, the Rams kicker, also on injured reserve with a knee injury. Rams are signing, I believe, the Colts kicker. I think it's William Gay.
Okay.
Coming in for him there. So that's just some brief news in the NFL. We covered it quick because we have got a lot of hoops
stuff
to cover here.
So as we know, the NBA is going into what is now going to be their off season right now. There's a lot going on. I actually have a very interesting thing to bring up real quick.
I like very interesting things.
So here we are with the off season for the NBA. Okay?
Yes.
So they are going to have their free agency starting, which is going to be starting as of Friday. And then, officially begins Sunday, and then they're going to have the NBA draft the next day as well.
Oh, wow. So they're going to be
just
hitting the start of free agency and then drafting it up. That'll be interesting.
Yes, it's going to be a very quick, very speedy offseason. That is why there is so much rumors, there's so much news, there's so much stuff about what's going on in the NBA. Let's just go off and say right now we have some official, unofficial stuff going on because the players cannot sign contracts just yet. They can agree them in principle, but they cannot sign contracts. So a lot of this stuff, please take with a small grain of salt, as we say them.
Yes.
Dennis Schroeder, in principle, has been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for a first-round pick and Danny Green.
How do you feel about losing Danny Green?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, he had his moments. He did good.
He did all right. He had some really nice moments, but the thing is that when it came to the playoff time, to when he had to hit the big shot to win the game, he fumbled it.
Yeah. As long as the Lakers don't trade away the Caruso, they can do whatever they please.
He is involved in another trade as well, but that is a rumor trade as of
very
right now.
Hot rumor, very big rumor.
The other big trade that's going on in principle is CP3 is going to be traded to the Phoenix Suns. I was very surprised
for Mr. Ricardo Rubio. And maybe I think some other couple of handful.
I think
of players
3 other players
picks.
and some picks going to OKC. OKC right now owns probably the first 28 of 31 picks in the NBA draft.
Until we get to this potential bigger trade down the road.
Yeah,
which we will cover later. Next, on just some of the hot rumors. Actually, not really a hot rumor. This one is a fact. James Harden wants out of H-Town after being there for so long. Possibly wants to go to the Nets, but the Rockets offered him a over $100 million contract to stay.
$103 million
and
contract.
He said, nah, hell nah. That's how bad he wants
I
out.
got to talk about this because, I have to talk about it. I gave you a $103 million contract.
I'm signing that.
Kind of like how the CEO gave the champ a $103 million contract.
That's debatable on who gave who that contract.
He gave him a huge contract. He told me about it. He said it was a huge
champ
contract.
gave the CEO a contract as well.
No.
Okay,
let's not talk about it. It's too hard to get the show. But if I were to give you $103 million...
Quit shaking the table.
Sorry.
Quit being me.
I give you a $103 million contract.
Yeah.
To play for 2 seasons in the NBA. And you turn it down.
That's a power move.
That is a huge power move.
He's either trying to milk him for more money or he just really hates Houston right now.
I really think that he is now in full title chasing mode.
Yeah, because he hasn't gotten one, right?
He has no titles. He's been to the finals 1 time in his career, and he's lost in the Western Conference twice.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to be hunting for that team. And another man who also wants out of H-Town is Mr. Russell Westbrook.
And he's burned just about every team in the NBA, so good luck to whoever picks him.
Yeah, no one wants to deal with him.
I wouldn't want to deal with him.
He is, Westbrook. You may be talented, but there comes a certain point where dealing with you will outweigh your talent skills, and if no one wants to deal with you, then I think the only team that would want to deal with him would maybe be like
New York,
the Wizards.
No, and even the Wizards won't do it.
The Pelicans.
Maybe the Pelicans.
A team that's desperate.
New York.
Maybe the Seattle SuperSonics.
You can revive that team.
Right.
Just wow.
Yeah, maybe he can pull a Juwanna Man and go play in the WNBA.
There you go.
Good reference, by the way, if you know Juwanna Man.
Yeah.
Next, moving on, we have just 2 trades going on with the Bucks. One of them, and in principle, is done. The other one is
still up in the air.
Still up in the air. But the first one is that the Bucks are going to get. God, I can't even read my own writing.
Okay, so the Bucks are
Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, Bogdan Bogdanovic
and Justin James, and they're getting rid of Dante DiVincenzo and Erasing. I don't know how you spell that.
Yes.
Alesova, whatever his name is,
Ilya
on a sign and trade deal. So that means they're going to be agreeing to trade a player that is going to sign a fresh contract. They'll continue over, blah, 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 blah. Anyways,
but the other big news out of Milwaukee is that Drew Holiday, in principle, has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks from the Pelicans.
And a second-round pick.
For a huge take for the Pelicans. Just
gigantic.
I'm sorry. I think the Pelicans are taking full advantage of this.
They are definitely. This is like price gouging at its finest. This is like me when we play Monopoly together. This kind of a trade. Yeah. So, anyways, let's give you the rundown here. So, for Drew Holiday and a second-round pick, the Pelicans.
And real quick, Drew Holiday is a great player and all, but this is ridiculous.
So the Bucks are going to be giving up Eric Bledsoe and George Hill, along with 3 first-round picks, 2 of them unprotected picks, and then 2 first-round swap rights. So essentially, got like 5
picks.
First-round picks for Drew Holiday. Pelicans. Either the Pelicans are master negotiators.
Well, think about this.
Or the Bucks are desperate.
Because I got to talk about this. This is really interesting. So, think about this. Last year, the Pelicans traded away AD to the Lakers.
Yeah.
For a huge sum. They get 2 first-round picks, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart.
Yes.
3 good players. One of them that turned out to become an all-star this year in Brandon Ingram. And then 2 draft picks. And that's something they can play with. Because they were not bad draft picks, I'm assuming. And now they're going to get what could be 5 potential draft picks, and then some really good bench players.
Not to mention, too, that they got Zion also.
And Zion.
Yeah. So, pretty much, the Pelicans will own the first round for a while.
Along with OKC.
Yeah, for a while. They are definitely... If you're going to be in rebuild mode, this is how you rebuild. And I'm not glad. Some dude in that Pelicans office, he's got to be a master negotiator. Because... Wow, if you're trading away like Anthony Davis, I can see maybe an offer like this. They didn't even give away Anthony Davis for this. They let him go for cheap. Technically.
Well, they got more player developers.
Yeah.
Developed.
But still, my lord, I would see a trade like this following someone like of that caliber, like LeBron or any of those big name.
Well, Milwaukee's got to do whatever they got to do to keep Giannis happy. And you know what? Like I was listening to Woj this morning, and the thing is that if they do not win the championship this year, and win it convincingly, like they go and they run through the Eastern Conference and they run through whatever Western Conference team is there. If they don't do that,
your hand on the table.
I'm sorry.
I
got it. I get the energy.
I know, but you got it hands on the waist.
Sorry.
So I don't hit the table, you don't shake the table.
So that is something incredible. Like, right, you made me lose my train of thought, but like, made me lose my whole train of thought now.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. You just got to work. You got to get back into the training there. Maybe the champ will send you to the Chick Training Academy.
No,
and you'll work on your game.
Or we can send you to the CEO Training Academy. But so also there were two other hot rumors going around. DeMar DeRozan is hopeful to get traded from San Antonio to Los Angeles. Now that trade was only going to happen with a Danny Green being part of the trade. We don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be with Kyle Kuzma, or maybe a variety of different other players as well. Also, the hot rumor, I don't know how true this one is. I think if someone's just kind of throwing the line
casting out there, throwing something at the wall, hoping it sticks.
With Dame Lillard
potentially
coming to the Lakers.
Coming to the Lake Show. That would be gigantic. That would be huge. The Lakers would be a juggernaut at that point, like a legit juggernaut.
Oh, yeah, huge.
They would probably go undefeated at that point. They would probably, out of the 72 games they're going to play this year, they'd probably win 73.
Yeah.
They would just play and beat nobody.
Yeah.
That would be gigantic. But again...
But that's the hot rumors going around,
That's
guys.
some hot rumors.
Follow the IG page. Try to follow the TikTok, because we are going to try to be posting things that we see, that we think are hot, that may be really interesting as well.
Yeah, and coming up, because NBA news is going to be flying in hot and fast with only about a month before the season starts.
I don't even think it's a month anymore, because we're the 17th now?
The 17th season starts on the 22nd.
22nd.
So the season starts in a month's time, which means they probably have like 2 weeks to iron all this out and get now, they just came out of the season, so I'm sure the players are staying in shape. Mm-hmm. They got nothing else to do right now, so not like they can, travel to the hills of Italy or anything in their off season, or go swim in the oceans in Fiji. So they training, they working out, they balling it up, working their hoops, hitting with the 1v1 skills in their personal gyms. I hate them for that. But anyways.
They 1v1 me in the gulag.
1v1. They're 1v1ing in the gulag, hard and heavy. So they're still in shape, but they got 2 weeks to get all this ironed out, all this contract stuff. You got people coming off of contracts that you got to re-sign, all this other stuff. People's going to be pulling their hairs out.
Just think about the GMs right now, and they're like this. Hold on, I'll get with you. What do you want? Hell no, I don't want that. Who are you? That's how they probably are right now.
Oh, they probably have 8 new cell phones right now. They got 10 office phones, and they just have an IV in each arm. One of pure Colombian dark roast coffee, espresso, and the other one a bunch of Red Bull, Bang, whatever their flavor may be. And, probably a little bit of the, nice stuff, too, to keep them going. But, yeah, they probably haven't slept in the last...
They got some of that Ross juice.
Yeah, they're probably not going to sleep for another 3 weeks.
And their assistants have everything being thrown at them.
Yes, left and right. They get home, they kiss the dog and kick their wife by mistake because they don't know what from when and Neptune from Saturn. So we will do our best to keep up. We still have to work our normal jobs. And we get no help in this show from the champ or the CEO, which we got to write that in the complaint department. I agree with you. We need some. We tried our best to help them with their show. The champ or the CEO just recently stepped in over you. He kind of booted you off of that show from the champ.
That's right. I needed the time off though.
Yeah, I know, but
now I can focus more on this.
Yeah. So, anyway, but again, I think that they should help us a little bit with
100%.
Our show. But the CEO, big money man, had to go buy his own fucking belt because he had belt envy, and the champ is off doing a tour 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
So it's a lot of stuff.
Where did they come up with the budget for this? Are you getting paid for this too?
I was told I was getting paid and the money was getting deposited into an account for me, but they didn't give me any of the info for the account.
They said mine was in the Cayman Islands.
Oh, bro, you need a guy to go with you to the Cayman Islands. I'll help you out. Now the real question is, what islands did it came in?
Damn it!
I know. know. It's, yeah.
Okay, football news.
Anyways, so that's all. We covered football news already.
Sorry, football
Let's
picks.
cover our football picks. First, the winner of this week's Pick'em Pool, sponsored by All Sports Uncut, is Mr. Steve. That's right, Steve. You are the big winner this week in the Pick'em Pool. So, congratulations to you, sir. You won with a record of 10-3, but you won by the total points because you were the closest with 40 points. Overall score of Monday night's game being 32. Steve, again, loves the show. He's always pitching ideas to me here to go on. So,
Can we give a golf clap to Steve? Okay.
Right. So, moving on. Let's see. What do you have? Okay, so let's do our standings for this week.
So we are now completely tied in the standings at 58 and 40 for both me and Pip right now.
Yes.
We did have a little bit of a rough week. I shouldn't say a rough week, but
it was a rough
not
week.
our best week.
So some picks we went bold.
Pip went 9-5. I went 8-6. For us to kind of come out as a tie now. We do have this week's picks.
Well, hold on. Let's cover a little bit of last week's
Oh, I'm
games.
sorry. Let's cover last week's
Yeah. Come on, bro. You're rushing here. You're rushing. Where's your mind at these days, bro?
Well, my mind is that I'm back to work too, and my brain is over here, and then my other brain is over here, and I just got canned off the other show, and I can't think anymore.
It's okay. That's why I'm here.
Sorry.
To help remind you.
I didn't mean to.
I
didn't mean to get
here.
loud, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Pretty things. Okay.
Where's the shag wall at?
Right? Where's the shagware? Anyways, so let's just do a quick review. The Thursday night game last week was the Colts and the Titans. The Colts handling the Tennessee Titans and King Henry 34-17.
I was shocked.
Coming?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I thought King Henry was going to be running over the Colts and was going to just put them in their places, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, it was, But good on the Colts, Mr. Philip. Now, a lot of people are saying that Phillip Rivers' career resurgence plans in Indy faltered away, but I think it's too early to say that. I think it is too early to say that his career resurgence.
Here's the thing: is that he has only
renaissance.
1 year with that team, so he needs to show up this year. He needs to make the playoffs, and he's got to go far in the playoffs.
I think the Colts can be a playoff team, but I think it's too early to say that his career renaissance is done because he's doing a lot better right now than he was in San Diego.
I agree with you.
Or sorry, his last season in LA Chargers now. Anyways, moving on to the next game, we had the Titans and the Browns. Browns winning 10-7. Nick Chubb coming back after the IR, rushing big for 100, and I think it was 120 plus yards and a touchdown. Could have been 2, but he played smart and stopped so they could just run out the clock and give him no shot at coming back. So, good game. Next, we had the Lions and the Washington football team. The Lions squeaking it out 30-27. Alex Smith. Well, let me just put this to you. The man has not started a game in how long?
The man has got a whole new leg, basically.
Went 38 of 55 for 390 yards. That is handling business. Okay, Alex Smith still showing he's got it. Still, it's like Mike Tyson. He's still got it. All right, that's what happens when you get Terminator leg. He's got that extra push-off now. He can throw the ball the extra 5 yards that he was losing. Next, we actually had a surprisingly close game between the Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Green Bay squeaking out 24-20. Green Bay,
good job.
You need to be winning by more than that over Jacksonville. I'm sorry.
Green Bay's had a lot of they have a lot of chinks in the armor, and unfortunately, they are really showing a lot of it. Aaron Rodgers is the real deal. Devontae Adams is the real deal.
And together, when they're clicking, they're untouchable.
But when they're not, they're not.
It's bad. Anyways, next, moving on. The New York Football Giants. Danny Dimes, baby, toppling the Philadelphia Eagles 27-17. I saw it coming the whole way.
Yeah, you did.
Not many people, and Danny Dimes, I'm telling you right now. So, the Eagles, by the way, are still in first place.
Yes.
They haven't won a game
because
in a few weeks.
Because of the tie.
But the Giants have the sole right to second place now over the Washington football team and the Cowboys, who are not out of winning that division yet because they're only down by one game. Wow. Just wow.
You know, it's funny when they put up the stats of the teams that are in the football and they're in the hunt still. So they have the Eagles here. And then they have the rest of the NFC East in the hunt. And that's only because they're all terrible.
Yeah. No, and by the way, fun fact that Steve pointed out to me again, the NFC East is the only division in football where every team in that division has won the Super Bowl. And they are now the worst division.
Yeah, you're right. Wow, that's interesting.
Then they are the worst division in the league. Yeah. So anyways, Danny Dimes, come through strong. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, TB12.
And the Panthers.
Toppling the Panthers 46-23. The Panthers started off the first quarter looking strong, and then Tom Brady just kind of took over there. And Antonio Brown looking good, by the way. Mm-hmm. Coming back, he's getting more games in now. He's getting his reps in. So he's looking good, and he will probably be a very, very, very lethal weapon in another 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully not this coming week because they're playing the Rams. But anyways, moving on, we have the Raiders winning their divisional game over the Broncos 37-12. The Raiders starting to come together, looking strong.
They're looking real good.
Cracked the top 10 finally, ranked at number 7 in the power rankings. So good for them. We'll see if that keeps up for them and keeps it going. Next, we have Tua Time in Miami.
Still undefeated in Tua Time.
Toppling the Chargers 29-21. Again, Chargers not far out of the game.
No.
They're not far out. By all means, I mean...
They're right there. And it's real funny. I was talking to my GM, and my GM's a huge Chargers fan. Big Chargers fan. And I said, how do you feel about Justin Herbert? He's like, oh, man, that kid's a stud.
He will be good.
He's going to be a top 5 quarterback in the next 3 or 4 years. And I have to agree with him because that kid is good.
Yeah, no, that kid is good. Kid is going to be the man. And I think once they get Austin Eckler back, he has a little more backfield support because they are having real problems keeping running backs healthy right now.
And the whole team is not healthy right now. The defensive line's a little unhealthy. The offensive line's not fully healthy. They are not the team we had expected them to be. But it's also okay because you got Justin Herbert, who is a rookie. Yeah, so he's coming along. But again, I mean, down by 8 points, that's a close game. No, it's a great game.
Next, let's talk about this one. The Cardinals beating the Bills 32-30 with the Hail Murray down scoring. Okay, hold on, folks. Just people who are now. A lot of this is luck. Yes. But to execute it in the manner in which he executed it, it is skill on his behalf and Mr. DeAndre Hopkins, who is the best receiver in the NFL, and he showed it on this play. Kyler Murray scrambling from a potential sack situation, ducking not one, but 2 defensive linemen. With his quickness, the dude has incredible quickness and acceleration. He is, I think
the arm strength at the end of that play.
Oh, yeah, well, that's where his baseball background comes in, because he didn't really get all the way into it. He was still kind of hobbling back, but he got it. That was a 50-yard huck into triple coverage, doing it Brett Favre style.
It looked like DeAndre Hopkins had a magnet, and the ball was made out of steel.
Yeah, because that throw was literally just, you ever seen Skeet shooting? Pull!
Yep.
That's what that was, and DeAndre Hopkins jumped up, he fought for the ball, he brought it all the way down, giving them the winning score that they needed with 1 second left in the game.
Dude, good on the Cardinals, man.
Kyler Murray is the real deal. The dude is, is a stud. He can throw the ball, he's very accurate, he takes care of it, he doesn't really throw a ton of interceptions, and the dude is quick. I'm sorry, but the Raiders at Madden, you have underestimated Kyler Murray's speed, his agility, his quickness. I'm not going to lie. I think...
Now, is he quicker, faster, more agile than Michael Vick, who broke Madden at one point?
I think Well, see, here's the thing. Kyler Murray, he didn't go to the NFL Combine because he was drafted to baseball. They never clocked his 40. He's never had his 40 time clocked. Even when he was in college, his 40 time was never clocked. But they did say that they did do the math from him running in the outfield in baseball, and they did say he could legitimately, potentially, run a 4-second 40.
It's fast.
That is fast. So, yes, I think he is faster than Lamar Jackson, who is officially got a higher Madden rating than Michael Vick did. I think he's faster than Michael Vick. He is definitely more agile. The dude can accelerate in a step. I think he could go toe-to-toe with Tyreek Hill for being the fastest man in the NFL.
Ooh, I would like to see that in a race.
Tyreek Hill, if you're listening, Kyler Murray, if you're listening, we, All Sports Uncut, would love to be the ones to present that to the people. Tyreek Hill, Kyler Murray, 40-yard dash, 100-yard dash, whatever you want. Obstacle drill, you name it. I think Kyler Murray can do it.
I think let these guys go down the hash marks.
Yeah.
Just let them run.
Let them run. Goal line to goal line?
Goal line to goal line.
Oh, man, that would be a fantastic race to see. In the comments, let us know if you want it. Petition for it. We'll do our best to get it. We can talk ourselves into a lot of crazy stuff, so let's see if we can talk our way into that one. But moving on, we have next the Rams toppling the Seattle Seahawks 23-16. The Rams defense looking good, and Jared Goff did not throw one touchdown pass, and Aaron Donald did not record one sack. The rest of the Rams defense stepped up, and I was really excited to see the match between DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey. And Jalen Ramsey,
I can't wait to talk about the matchup that's coming up this week.
Yes. Oh,
but let's wait.
But anyways,
we're getting there.
Jalen Ramsey erased one half of the field. DK Metcalf didn't get his first target until the fourth quarter of the game. So impressive there. Saints and 49ers. Saints beating the 49ers 27-13 with Jameis Winston playing for a majority of the whole second half.
Yeah, he played
the whole second half, so they held on there. Next, the Steelers and the Bengals, the game I picked to be my trap game of the week, and the Steelers just dumped all over my trap game, beating the Bengals 36-10.
What became the trap game of the week, the Ravens at the Patriots.
Yes, that one. Ravens, Patriots winning 23-17. No one in the world saw it coming.
Well, you could even say this next game, Monday night, was a trap game too.
Not really, though, because the Vikings' offense has been the hottest offense in the last 3 weeks in the NFL. They toppled the Packers in Green Bay. Toppled them.
You could say that it was.
No, the Bears are a 50-50 team. Just kind of like how the Rams can beat anyone on any given day and lose to anyone on any given day. They're kind of, you don't really know what they are. But anyways, Vikings beat the Bears 19-13. So...
And a very quiet Monday night game.
Yeah, it was a very, very quiet Monday night game. Not too much really to razz.
That's not a pun that they had no fans. It was just...
Yeah, it was a very, it was a very melancholy, droll type of game. Not one that's really going to make you, throw your popcorn in the air. No, I want to hold the paper this week. Well, you hold the paper every week.
Yeah, because I marked the
I need to see the numbers we put on there.
I'm going to show you the numbers. You have the numbers there, too.
Okay, well...
I take them straight from there.
Cheese and rice, sir.
No.
That's the show's pen. It's not your pen. It's the community pen.
Sorry, it's community pen. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Week 11.
Week 11
in the NFL. So we start off with a divisional game of the Cardinals going to Seattle. Seattle is favored by 3 points in this game.
Oh God, this is going to be
It's going to be a fun game.
You know what though? I mean, Seattle's on a kind of a slide right now.
They are on a bit of a slide.
Because Russell Wilson has to make up for the sins of the Seattle defense. Mm-hmm. Seattle's defense is not looking good right now. And
Kyler Murray and that offense looking strong.
Yeah, and the Rams proved that passing game can be stopped.
Yeah, they had it.
And so
Patrick Peterson is not washed up. He's still got some...
Budda Baker is a muck at safety running there. And I know a lot of people are saying the Cardinals' defense is overrated, blah, 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 blah. But they do have to deal with Kyler Murray.
This will be a true test for the Cardinals because they have to go to Seattle. And it's going to be cold up there this week.
Yeah, it is going to be cold. But I think that it is going to be the Arizona Cardinals toppling the Seattle Seahawks because Seahawks will not have the advantage of the 12th man, given that we don't have fans in the stadium anymore.
I was thinking Seattle myself personally because I think Seattle's got a lot to prove. DJ Metcalf, like you said, getting shut down, and Russell Wilson really needs to show that he is still the MVP of this league.
Oh yeah,
but the Cardinals are riding high right now. That jet for the Cardinals is flying high, looking good,
firing on every.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cardinals as well.
By the way, I just want you to know this: there's a 3-way tie for first in the NFC West at 6-3.
Yeah, that's.
And then the 49ers are at 4-6 right now, which
are not a bad team themselves.
If they didn't have their slew of injuries, they would. I wouldn't doubt if all 4 teams would be tied for first right now. It's insane. Moving on, what do we have next?
An NFC West showdown. in the desert, we have the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders.
I mean, AFC West.
Did they say NFC?
Yeah.
My bad. AFC West. Kansas City is favored by 6.5 points.
So the Raiders beat Kansas City in Kansas City in the last go-around. I don't think the Chiefs are going to let it happen again. I got to go with the Chiefs on this one. I think Patrick Mahomes, their offense is refiring back up again. They hit a little offensive slump for a couple weeks. They are firing again on crazy cylinders.
I'm going to go ahead and take my boys. One, for the simple fact the defense is really showing up this past couple weeks. The secondary especially has shown up and been playing really, really strong. The D-line has been showing up playing really good. Carr has been playing extremely, extremely well. The running game with Devontae Booker and Josh Jacobs is playing well. If we can just get the pass game a little crispier, I think this team is...
Speaking of the Raiders defense, I did not know this, and I was really upset when I found out because I found out morning of Sunday, and I didn't have time to pick up someone to replace him. Corey Littleton got put on the Cobra Kai list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until the day of.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, no, I got no notification.
Well, you
Curse you, Yahoo. Curse you.
Okay, next game. We have the Eagles traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
To take it in the Browns.
And Cleveland is favored at 3.5 points.
Yeah, I got to go with the Browns on this one. Nick Chubb is back. They're running. By the way, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt both ran for 100 yards. The Browns' running game is real deal stuff. And I mean, yes, they lost Odell. He's at home taking the Browns all the way. But I mean, they still got Jarvis Landry, who's no slouch of a receiver. And Baker Mayfield, he's either here or here. But the fact that Nick Chubb is back, the Browns all day with the chubby one. Give me a Chubb.
I'm also taking the Browns too. I think they're just a better team, and the Eagles are just so hit or miss.
Yeah, no, they're all over the place.
Next game, we have an NFC showdown. In the South, we have the Falcons traveling to Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is favored by 5 points.
I'm really conflicted in this game.
Same here. I wasn't conflicted until
Drew Brees was ruled out officially.
Mm-hmm.
I was always told, especially being a betting man, when you're in conflict, go with the better quarterback. I'm going with Falcons. Mostly because we don't know which way they're going to go between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. And, again, Taysom Hill's never quarterbacked an entire game. And Jameis Winston is the man last year who went 30 for 30.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an ESPN special.
I really want to take the Saints here, but I just don't. I cannot trust Jameis Winston.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
That's like
when in doubt, go with the better quarterback.
That's like telling Jason Winston, here's the keys to my car, bring it back in one piece.
Before he got his driver's license.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next we have the Bengals traveling to Washington to take on the Washington football team. As the Washington football team is favored by 8.5 points, almost even.
I'm going with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go Joe Burrow too.
Joe Burrow. I mean, yes, they got swatted out by the Steelers last week, but Joe Burrow is the man. He's the real deal. Mm. He is going to be the new TB12. What's his number?
9.
He's going to be JB9.
He's got the same ring to it.
JB9.
Yeah. I did see a really cool thing, though, that the Bengals are in talks with the NFL to have an alternate uniform for next year. To be not the Bengal Tigers, but to be the Snow Tigers.
That would be really cool.
So the white
and
with
black, that would be awesome. You know what I've always wanted the Bengals to do, which I think would be really, really cool, is that design, because Bengals have the coolest helmet in all of football.
Yeah.
I think by far they have the coolest helmet design in all of football. I think they should have a whole uniform that's that helmet design.
That'd be cool.
Just from head to toe, be a Bengal. Put little tails back there too. Look like Tigger running around the field. Bunch of Tiggers running everywhere.
Like flag football, kind of like it.
Yeah. Oh, God, that'd be good.
Next, we have the Detroit Lions going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Panthers are favored by 8.5 points.
Now, you know what? Hold on. I need to look a little deeper into this game. I am conflicted on this game myself here.
This game I'm conflicted about. I think...
I'm no longer conflicted.
Teddy Bridgewater is out. Matthew Stafford should be coming back, I believe.
No, Teddy Bridgewater ain't ruled out yet.
Oh, he's not ruled out yet?
No, I don't think he's ruled out. I'm looking right here.
What about McCaffrey? Is he coming in? Because I've been
there's no rush to get McCaffrey back in. I mean, the Bengals have nothing to really strive for at this point in the season. Yeah, sorry, the Panthers. Sorry, I'm stuck on you got me on the Snow Tiger thing. That was really cool.
Thank you.
God damn, that was really cool. There's really no rush to get Christian McCaffrey back.
My pick's going to be the Lions.
You're going with Detroit. I am going with the Panthers.
Okay.
Putting it in my man Teddy Bridgewater, their little TBW.
Okay, so the next game, which could be, I think, one of 3 games for the trap for the Steelers to finish off their undefeated season. The Steelers have to travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pittsburgh is favored by 10 points.
Pittsburgh. All day. I have nothing else to say. I would consider maybe Jaguars if Minshew Mania was back in, but he's still dealing with that broken bone in his hand issue.
Mm-hmm. Next game on the schedule, we have the Tennessee...
You got to tell the people...
Oh, I'm thinking the Steelers. Sorry.
Yeah. I know everyone knows, but you got to tell them.
My bad. Next game on the schedule, we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to Baltimore, Maryland to take on the Ravens. Baltimore is favored by 6.5 points.
I've given this game a lot of thought.
Well, you seem like you have gone to the ends of earth to make this pick.
I have, because it is a very conflicting... I mean, it's one of those things... I mean, the Titans are...
Hang on, let me get a little comfy here so I can listen to this.
The Titans are the Titans. I mean, the Titans... We know they have the capability to be an absolute powerhouse.
Absolutely.
They absolutely do. And the Ravens do as well. Okay, but I did a lot of thinking... A lot of soul searching. I did a lot of math. I learned calculus so I can make this pick.
Did you use the seismic quake that King Henry did when he put Josh Norman on the ground?
I factored that in as well. I even factored in when he turned Earl Thomas into a lead blocker for him. I looked at the telescopes to make sure there was, I looked at any of the planetary alignments going on in the world. I was sensing, the aura. I wanted to know what my aura color was.
Did you talk to the Buddhas?
I summoned and talked to Jobu himself.
Did you go to the Mount Kilimanjaro?
I purified myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka before making this decision. I went on the Vision Quest. I went to the Goat House. I did the Vision Quest.
But did you do the Drug Olympics?
Yes. While on my Vision Quest. I even went through the Mirror Maze. Okay. Yes, I stepped foot in the Mirror Maze.
Did you come to the Holy One, Thad Castle?
I went to the even holier one at the Boz. The Boz. And the Boz told me, and for those of you who don't know, the Boz is Brian Bosworth, to go with the Titans.
I like it.
Because I feel that this is going to be the game where we see the Madden curse hit Lamar Jackson.
Ooh.
Calling it. Madden curse game right here against King Henry and Ryan Tannehill.
I'm also going to take the Titans too. I think Baltimore's not been playing up to their...
They have been struggling this year, and you know what? I mean, I know... Okay, so I want to get on the Madden curse here because I am a big believer that the Madden curse is a legit thing. Now, yes, we do know that Patrick Mahomes was on the cover of Madden last year, and they did win the Super Bowl. But for those of you who forgot, he was out for 3 weeks with an injury. Yeah. So the Madden curse did do its part. Now, the Madden curse is also straying back to teams performing their worst the year following for that player, like when Drew Brees was on the cover. Drew Brees didn't get hurt, but the Saints went down in flames and had Bountygate. Even when Tom Brady was on there, Tom Brady had one of the worst seasons of his career the following year. Gronk, he got hurt. A lot of people look at what happened to Antonio Brown.
Sean Alexander.
Marshall Faulk.
Ray Lewis.
Dante Culpepper. Michael Vick. Peyton Hillis.
Brett
Favre tried to cheat by retiring.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get away scot-free. Even Adrian Peterson, because he was on the cover of Madden when the Xbox One came out. They already had it out, but then they made him the cover because it was the 25th anniversary year of it. So, and then all of them getting messed up. So I think this is the game where we're going to see some real Madden curse action happening here. I'm excited. I should be able to bet on in Vegas.
Right. Next, we have the Patriots going to Houston to take on the Texans. Houston is favored by 2.5 points.
I'm really shocked, one, that Houston is actually
Favored,
favored
right?
in this. I think that there are a lot of people doing a lot of precursor bets, betting heavy on the Patriots, driving down that to make it switch to the Houston side there. I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one. This is one of those games where you just go with it.
I'm gonna take the Texans personally. I like Cam Newton. I like where the team's going, but I don't know. Just something about it. They're just not the Patriots of.
You know what? I'm switching my pick. I'm going with the Texans. I'm going with my own notion. Go with the better quarterback, and Deshaun Watson is the better quarterback between the two, between him and Cam. So I'm switching up. I'm going with it.
Okay, next we have the Miami Dolphins traveling to the Mile High Stadium of Denver, Colorado to take on the Broncos in the Mile High Stadium. Miami is favored by 3 points. Can I say Mile High anymore?
You could have been a mile high while saying it.
True.
Gosh, another game where I don't know, because the Fins have to travel. I think this is the first time that Tua Times had to travel to a different location, yeah?
I think so.
But I'm going with Tua Time. I've been picking against Tua Time this whole time. I'm going to finally go with him to beat the Denver Broncos and Drew Lock.
I just don't think the Denver Broncos have it to beat. They are really a C-plus team. They're a good, average team in the league. They just don't have the quarterback to play. And I think Tua Time is a much better quarterback than Drew Lock is right now.
Yeah, so I'm going Tua Time.
Yeah. Next, we have the 0-9 Jets traveling to SoFi Stadium to take on the Los Angeles Chargers.
We don't
The
even
Chargers are favored by
into
8.5 points.
Chargers. Sorry, Oscar, but your Jets are playing for Ty Lawson, who's probably going to stay for another year of college.
Probably. Next, we have the Packers traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Indy is favored by 2.5 points.
I'm really shocked that Indianapolis is favored to win this game.
Why?
I mean, the Packers, I figured it'd be an even money.
But it's only 2.5 points, so it's really nothing.
I know, but I'm just saying the fact that they're saying the Colts are going to win by... I'm kind of taken back. I'm a little bit surprised, but you know what? I'm going with my man Felipe Rivera. I'm going with the Colts.
I'm going to take the Packers in this game.
Going with the Pack. Going with Bad Man Aaron Rodgers.
Bad Man. I think him, because they're in the dome. I think they'll play better inside the dome.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
We have the Cowboys going to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 7.5 points.
Is it bad that this game kind of scares me because the Vikings are notorious for randomly being terrible?
Mm-hmm.
But Dalvin Cook has been playing like an absolute
monster
right now, so I'm going with the Vikings.
Pip's taking the Vikings. I'm also going to take the Vikings in this game.
Man, I thought you were about to say you're about to take Cowboys. I was like, woo!
No, because they burned me this year already a couple times, so I'm not...
Yeah, no.
Next, Monday night football. Which probably is going to be the most interesting, fun game. I got to get a little...
By the way, hold on. You forgot to mention the fact that the Raiders and the Chiefs game is the Sunday night game of the week.
Oh, did they change it Sunday night?
It's been the Sunday night.
I didn't say Sunday night when I was doing it earlier.
Yeah, no.
Because when I did it earlier, it wasn't the Sunday
if
night.
You got off ESPN. Do you have the Raiders as your team listed on here?
Yeah.
That's probably why it showed that game first.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay.
You got to look at the start time, bro, and the channel it's on. 5:20 p.m. NBC. Sunday night game of the week. Anyways, Monday night game of the week.
So we have the Rams traveling to Tampa Bay to take on TB12 and the Bucks. Tampa Bay is favored by 3 points right now. But also we have a matchup that we haven't seen since the Super Bowl where Jared Goff takes on TB12, where Sean McVay takes on TB12. But I think what we talked about earlier today also, we have Mr. Jalen Ramsey taking on Mr. Antonio Brown.
Well, see, now, here's the thing is, yes, at some point in time, they will get crossed with each other. And that will be very interesting because we all know Antonio Brown has a lot of head problems, mental problems, and Jalen Ramsey is very good at getting inside people's heads and messing with them. So it's, will Antonio Brown's new, cooler head prevail, or will we see an Antonio Brown that we've seen from the last few years? I think it'll be interesting. But also, too, you have to think, Jalen Ramsey is probably going to cross paths with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans at some point. Yeah. I mean, they have three stud muffin receivers out there. And Jalen Ramsey, whatever side of the field Jalen Ramsey is on, I'm sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tom Brady ain't going to be afraid. He's going to throw it that direction if he sees fit. I mean, we might even see Jalen Ramsey cross paths with Gronk at some point. But I haven't seen a lot of things. They're saying that Tampa Bay defense is just going to be smothering Goff. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think the Rams defense is going to be smothering TB12 all day long because the Rams defense this year has blown past everyone's expectations, especially in the passing defense department. I think, but again, also the Patriots showed that they can power run the ball like no other this last week. I don't know if you saw them last week. Their running back, he ran. He ran like a man's man. So, but I think the Rams defense is going to just smother Tom Brady because whenever the Tampa Bay's gone up this year against a team with a strong defense, especially strong defense in front like the Rams have, they've faltered. They have crumbled in. They could not handle it. And I think the Rams offense can hang with Tampa Bay's defense. I think they can go to, I mean, it'll be a great game. It'll be a fantastic game. I got to go with my Rams.
This game is going to be really tough for me to pick too. I'm really back and forth. These are two teams that are very interesting. I don't know why it's 3 points. It really should be an even straight game, in my personal opinion.
It's because the Rams kicker got put on injured reserve, so they're putting the field goal in there. By the way, the kicker the Rams are signing was the kicker that was let go by Tampa Bay at the beginning of the year.
You're taking your Rams, you said?
I am taking my Rams.
I'm going to take TB12.
Going TB12?
Yeah.
Well, forget you then.
You took the Chiefs.
Yeah, but it's expected.
So yeah, this is gonna be a really good, interesting week of football.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. A lot of couple games that make you, rethink your life, rethink who you are as a human being. But again, it should be a good week, and we will be doing the Pick'em Pool again. If you want in, hit us up, let us know. We will get you in because the Pick'em Pool is sponsored by All Sports Uncut, and we will always come to you with the hottest, freshest, latest, maybe a couple days late because we do this once a week, news out there, and because we are not, see, here's the thing, we are not the greatest sports review channel. We know that. We're not the best sports review channel, but the one thing we are is we are the sports review channel that you did not know you needed until you came across us. Because you need us.
We're the most entertaining sports review channel out there.
And we have the greatest high fives in sports entertainment and sports news. Damn, you looked elegant.
Thank you.
God, if you had some long hair, wind blowing, I'd call you Fabio. But copyright issues, we'd have to change it to Flabio.
Ouch.
Hey, copyright, know. Oh, hey, really quick. Hold on, I noticed something was left here.
What?
The CEO and the champ left their belts here. The champ even left his glasses behind.
Man, he was really pissed off, wasn't he?
But we never get to wear them or see them.
True, we don't.
Let's try them on.
Okay.
Okay, let's try them on here. All right, let's keep. Okay. Which one do you want to try on first?
I want to try on the big one.
You want to try on the big one? Right here.
Ooh, this is nice.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Wow.
Hey, look, I found one.
You found sunglasses?
So this is what the champ sees.
So that's what that jerk looks like.
Yeah.
No wonder he's got a complex issue.
No. Oh, hold on. I think CEO left his hat behind. Was CEO wearing a hat?
He was a hat.
Yeah. CEO left his hat behind, too.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, interesting.
Let's see what this looks like. Let's see that one.
Let's see.
Kind of flimsy.
Yeah, I mean, this is good quality here.
Right?
Yeah, here, hold on. Let me try something. Here, hold this.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do my champ impersonation right now. I've been working on it.
You've been working?
Yeah.
Have you been watching him in his office doing it?
Yeah.
He's kind of funny, isn't he, doing it?
Yeah, no, it's good. But hold on, I'm going to try my best interpretation of the champ here, okay? So anyway, the champ, giving you the best sports reviews out there in the business, because that's what the champ does. The champ gives you, we review with the champ, me and Adam here, we review all the, hold on, sorry. The champ doesn't like you, that's right. Me and the champ and this guy here, who does absolutely nothing for this show, give you the best sports reviews and news as quick and as fast as we can, because that's what we do. And the champ has got another tour coming up. That's right. The champ is going to announce his new tour on the next show, so be ready for that.
Let me try to see if I can do this. How the new guy did it today.
He's the CEO. He's your boss.
Yeah, true.
He just never steps foot on the show.
Let me see if I can get it done. The CEO knows how it is to be a true champion. I don't have to wear plastic. I got the real thing over here. Real leather. Real gold. Not the fake thing that he is. A true champion comes out and he says to everybody, my fellow Americans, you come out here, you put your faith in me, you put your faith in the champion. A true champion. The CEO of All Sports Uncut.
Champ? I mean, the CEO just seems like he's got a lot of...
He's got a lot of issues, doesn't he?
He stomps around his office a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's forgetting the fact that, this is seen across the world and not just in America, so he should be getting to the world, I
know, it says world champion, too, on it.
Yeah, I know. He's messing up here, but I mean, this is a pretty uncanny look that we can do on them.
I know, right?
We should do a day where we imposter them and take over their show. They'll never know.
Maybe next Halloween.
Yeah, but anyways, we should probably...
Yeah, post it back. Yeah, I don't want them to get mad. Yeah, because he keeps sending checks and he keeps putting dumbass on mine.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here, but...
Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming in, tuning in your time with us this week. We know this is a bit of a long episode, but we do try to put as much as we can into it.
Yes.
If you do have anything you want to put your input in, if you don't like us, if you don't like what we had to say, too dang bad. Because you know why?
Beat us in a fight? Beat us fight, yeah. And by the way, yes, we know this is long. We know we rant. We know we ramble. But, again, this is a long-form show, all right? You'll watch ESPN 50 times, and it's the same show every hour. Mm-hmm. So just put us on and listen to us while you're doing something. While you're getting your workout in, while you're doing your dishes, mowing your lawn.
Driving your car to work.
Because, eventually our dream is to stem this into a podcast form. But right now, you got to deal with our ugly mugs on the face, okay? You got to deal with the ugly mugs. But anyways... That's it for All Sports. Nothing but sports. So help the sports. We will catch you beautiful, handsome people next week.
Take it easy, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Don't forget, you're beautiful. Beat us in the fight. You know the tagline.
Oh, also.
Oh, you almost got me.
We still don't have any shout-outs. No one's shouting out.
We shouted out Steve last week.
We did shout out Steve last week, yes, but we don't have a shout-out this week because no one is... giving anything for us to shout out. You know what? Shout out to everyone who enters in the pick'em pool. That's right. Shout out to all of you beautiful people out there. All of you.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy. Have a good night.